The snooker world is preparing to say a final farewell to one of its most recognizable voices and most cherished personalities. John Virgo, known affectionately to millions simply as JV, is set to be honored in Sheffield in a way that reflects both his stature in the sport and the warmth of the man behind the microphone. His passing has created a void that feels especially poignant with the World Snooker Championship just around the corner, an event so closely tied to his career that it is difficult to imagine it unfolding without him. Virgo died on February 4, 2026 at the age of 79 at his home near Malaga, Spain. The news reverberated across the sporting world within hours. Tributes came from former champions, current professionals, broadcasters, and fans who had grown up listening to his unmistakable tones. For decades, he had been woven into the very fabric of snooker. He did more than describe matches. He gave them atmosphere. He shaped the emotional rhythm of crucial frames. He helped audiences understand not just what was happening, but why it mattered. His story began long before commentary. As a player, John Virgo established himself as a talented and determined competitor. His crowning achievement came in 1979 when he captured the UK Championship title. That victory was a defining moment in his career, placing him firmly among the sport's elite and ensuring that his insights would always carry the weight of lived experience. When he later transitioned to broadcasting, viewers knew he spoke from first-hand knowledge. He had felt the pressure of championship tables. He understood the silence of packed arenas. He knew what it meant to chase a title. His move into commentary proved transformative, not just for his own career but for the sport's presentation. Virgo developed a style that was understated yet compelling. He did not shout over the action. He allowed tension to build naturally, speaking in hushed tones that seemed to draw viewers closer to the screen. He mastered the art of timing, a well-placed pause, a carefully chosen word, a subtle inflection that heightened drama without overwhelming it. Then there was the line that became part of snooker folklore. Where? The cue ball going? It was a simple question, yet it carried layers of suspense. Viewers at home often found themselves thinking the same thing, and when Virgo voiced it, it felt like a shared moment between commentator and audience. That phrase became a signature, one that would echo through countless tournaments. Beyond the commentary box, Virgo expanded his reach in the 1990s through the BBC program Big Break. Co-hosting alongside comedian Jim Davidson, he helped bring snooker into primetime living rooms in a new and entertaining format. The show combined trick shots, humor, and competition, broadening the sport's appeal and introducing it to younger audiences. For many families, Big Break was their first real exposure to snooker, and John Virgo was at the heart of it. He balanced authority with approachability, knowledge with humor. His presence at major tournaments became almost as expected as the green baize itself. Year after year, he returned to Sheffield for the World Championship at the Crucible Theatre. His voice became synonymous with the event. He was there for epic finals, dramatic comebacks, and historic achievements. He narrated moments that now live in highlight reels and collective memory. Just weeks before his death, Virgo had been part of the commentary team for the Masters final at Alexandra Palace, where Kyron Wilson claimed victory. He was due to return to Sheffield in April to cover the World Championship once again for the BBC. The realization that this year's tournament will unfold without him has been difficult for colleagues to accept. Stephen Hendry openly admitted he is dreading the championship without Virgo's commentary. That feeling has been echoed by others within the sport. Virgo's passing closes a chapter that stretches back decades. He witnessed generational shifts in snooker, from the dominance of one era to the rise of another. He adapted as the sport evolved, as broadcast technology changed, as new stars emerged. Yet he never lost the steady authority and calm demeanor that defined his commentary. His voice remained a reassuring constant. Away from the cameras and commentary booths, John Virgo was a family man. He is survived by his second wife Rosie, their two children Brooke Lee and Gary, and two granddaughters. To them, he was not a broadcaster or champion. He was a husband, a father, a grandfather. Those who have spoken about him in recent days emphasize his warmth and humor in private life. He was known for his storytelling, his quick wit, and his genuine interest in others. As Sheffield prepares to host the sport's flagship event once again, it will also serve as the setting for a public celebration of his life. The timing is significant. The World Championship is not merely another tournament. It is the centerpiece of the snooker calendar, drawing players and fans from around the globe. Honoring Virgo in the same city underscores how closely his identity was tied to this annual gathering. The idea of organizing a memorial in Sheffield emerged in part because so many leading players would already be in the city preparing for competition. Former world champion Ken Doherty and broadcaster Rob Walker were instrumental in arranging an event that would allow the snooker community to come together properly. They recognized that while a private funeral would take place, there needed to be a broader opportunity for the sport to express its gratitude. The memorial will take place at Sheffield Cathedral, located just a short walk from the Crucible Theatre. The symbolism is powerful. The cathedral stands as a place of reflection and reverence, while the crucible represents drama and achievement. Bringing the snooker community together there creates a bridge between remembrance and competition. Fans across the country have been encouraged to attend. Supporters are also invited to submit their favorite stories and memories of John Virgo. Selected tributes will be read during the service, ensuring that the ceremony reflects not only official speeches but also the voices of those who admired him from afar. It is a fitting tribute for a man whose career was built on connecting with audiences. Proceedings are scheduled to begin at 1 p.m. on Thursday, April 16, 2 days before the 2026 World Championship commences. That evening, the second staging of the Champions Dinner will take place, bringing together past and present world champions in a special reunion. The alignment of these events means that many of the sport's most prominent figures will be present to pay their respects. While the memorial in Sheffield will be open to the wider snooker community, his burial service will remain private. Close family and friends will gather separately for that more intimate farewell. The contrast between the public celebration and private burial reflects the two dimensions of his life: the public figure who spoke to millions, the private man who returned home to family. When the championship begins on April 18 and continues through May 4, there will be moments when his absence feels particularly sharp. A final frame decider, a daring long pot under pressure, a cue ball drifting perilously close to a cushion. In those instances, many viewers may find themselves hearing his familiar voice in their minds. Snooker will continue as it always does. Titles will change hands, records will be challenged, new champions will emerge, yet John Virgo's influence will remain embedded in the sport's culture, in the way matches are described, in the respect shared among competitors, in the shared memories of fans who grew up with his commentary. As the memorial approaches and Sheffield prepares to welcome mourners and competitors alike, the snooker world pauses, not in silence but in gratitude. Gratitude for a life devoted to the game, gratitude for decades of insight and entertainment. John Virgo's story does not conclude with a final frame. It lives on in the rhythm of commentary, in archived broadcasts, and in the memories of those who listened. He may no longer sit in the commentary box, but the warmth, wit, and wisdom he brought to snooker remain woven into its enduring narrative.